Okay, so we're going to create our first item in the TinkerCad. And you've got your work plane here. You can navigate that by rotating it up or down and zooming in or out just by using your mouse or your keypad. So we're going to create a small geometric figure. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the work plane like so. We're going to take some geometric shapes, and we've got different shape generators, and then we've also got geometric. So I'm going to take and stack some, since we're doing Pinata project with various size and shapes, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take a cylinder, and we can adjust the height on the cylinder to make it taller or shorter. Notice all of the measurements are in millimeters. I'm going to make it a 25 millimeter cylinder. And then on top of that, I'm going to take and put a cone. Now notice the cone is not quite going to work. So we need to actually try to move our workspace so we can see where it's going. And we want it to go directly on top of, it doesn't want to go on top of it, does it? We're going to create another work plane first. Let me add a work plane on top of this. There we go. Now let me go grab my cone, and we're going to move it off of this. Actually, let me go ahead and delete it so we can just get rid of it. I'll drag another cone over onto the top of this, and it's going to sit directly on top of our cylinder. Notice it already fits just fine. If we want to move our cone, move our work plane, we see that it sits directly on top of our cylinder. We can make it a shorter cone or a taller cone, like a rocket. So I'm going to make this kind of I'll make it a 20 millimeter cone. Now from here, that one's set in place. I'm going to change my work plane, and I want to add some pieces. I'm going to make a small rocket, and I'm going to make a work plane that goes directly on the side, like so. Okay, so now if I looked and turned my plane around, I can see that it goes right on the edge of my cylinder. So I'm going to take, and I want to put a piece, I want to be able to see what I'm doing here. I'm going to take and put a wedge on the side of the cylinder. I want to make it a narrower wedge, so I'm going to make it thinner, really thin, and I'm also going to make it not quite as long. I use all my little points on there so I can actually take and use that on the corner. Now from here, so it's starting to kind of look like a rocket. From here, I'm able to take and make a copy of this. Let's see if I can make a copy of it. We'll do Command C to make a copy of this, and I'm going to move my work plane. So I'm going to put another work plane sort of on this side, and I'm going to Command V. I pasted another one of these wedges exactly the same. Okay, I'm going to rotate around, and I'm going to add another work plane on right here. And I'm going to paste another one of those wedges. Now let's take a look at this from the side and see how it looks. I need to kind of move it around a little bit so it adjusts to fit nicely. And I think I probably need one more fin on my rocket. It's not a very tall rocket, but it'll work. As far as Pinata projects go, it'll work just fine. Okay, I'm going to hit Command V and stick another one on. I need to turn this around a little bit. Whoa, there it went too far. And we're going to put it up here and take a look at it. Okay, so now we've got all our work planes gone. And here is my rocket. So let's zoom out a little bit and let's turn it on a view from looking at it above. They didn't quite line up perfectly, but you get the idea. And I have my three-dimensional complex figure drawn out, and I can see it in 3D view by turning around and around, and laying it out, and I get the full scale of everything. So let's so we're going to just use some of these. I'm going to try to straighten some of these out. So you're going to be able to create your actual item just by using the 3D designing tools that are available in TinkerCad, which you'll find the link for that in your in the blog page. Again, that's TinkerCad. You're going to have to create a video screencast of this as you're after you've created it and insert that portion into your final presentation.